his name is...
It's John Bunday. Hello Internet, it is John Bunday and I am back to talk once more about the Sandman. So for those who've seen the previous videos, I've been borrowing books from the library, and the Sandman is a series that I've heard about in the past. I've read some of Neil Gaiman's work, including American Gods, Neverwhere, and Good Omens. So I was familiar with his work, and yeah, reading through this, you can see why it has made such an impact it did back in the 90s, or when, because this is now the 30th anniversary issue. And where did I begin? Okay, so this is volume 4, and I've been waiting, I think, nearly a year for my library to get this. Even so much so that there's actually a slip in the back to say about reservations. So I think someone else was equally as impatient as I was and got it in to my benefit. So for those who don't know, The Sandman is a series about the Dream Lord, the Weaver of Dreams, the Sandman, who in the first volume gets captured. The second volume is talking about the outcomes from that, and the third volume was a collection of stories. One of which leads into the events of this. But the reason why I was talking about Neil Gaiman's previous work is he's someone who knows a lot about ancient mythologies, Norse gods and Egyptian gods, all that kind of stuff, and he weaves it all together so well. He is a brilliant writer, and that's my phone falling down. And for those who have never read the Sandman series, do it. Don't get me wrong, some of the other ones you might think, what's going on, or it's just a story. But when you get to this series, this is covering an arc called Seasons of Mist, and it's about the Sandman, or Morpheus, going into hell to go and see, well, he's been there before, but he's having to go back, and what happens as a result from that. But it's I mean, if you look at the art, you can definitely see it's of its era, which again gives it a charm, because a lot of art now is so digital that you don't get something as when I say unique, I mean back in the days of this, when everything was hand drawn, hand coloured, there could be so much personality in it, which you don't necessarily get as much anymore. But and even in the middle of it, there's just the story's broken up because at one point, I don't want to ruin what happens, but it cuts away to what's happening to a character we've never seen before, who's being affected by what's happening because of the Sandman going to hell. So, and again, it's just how Neil Gaiman just comes up with these things and brings life, because this was an ongoing serial. I think maybe one issue a month back when it was coming out. The fact that he was able to consistently come up with these ideas and writings, and have the throughput of the story. He is definitely a master of his craft. So Sandman Volume 4, I mean, if you haven't read the series, I highly recommend reading it, and maybe your local library has it as well. It has also been adapted in other places. There's now audiobooks and also a Netflix TV series. I haven't read or listened to or seen these. I actually have some of the audiobooks on Audible, but I want to finish this first, because I don't want other works to influence what I'm getting from this. But once I finish these, then I'll go back and see, because I have heard great things about the Audible books. It's just then that I don't want the voice actors' voices, taking over what the voices that I've got when I listen to this. Read this. But yes, read Sandman, you will not regret it. Until next time, take care.